Live,
Let's go.
live. Hello.
What's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Fred Lennart, subprime hero.
And we are brewing solutions at the Kain workshop, having a blast. There is still so much energy inside of the area. A little bit of packing up, getting ready to start happening, but everybody is still a little bit on tilt, having fun because they've had such a great time. And we have another solutionary sitting right here with us. And we can't wait for you to find out what is brewing with this solutionary right here, as we are committed to brewing with the best. But you know what you need to do to help us out, help him out, help us all out. And tag a car guy,
tag a car gal,
and share.
Let's get it out there, man.
Message out.
This is going to be a great show. It's going to be a great brew. I just love the name of the company. But
that's
folks,
right.
We have the one, the only
Aaron
Jerdee. That's right, man. We got him in the house. We're excited.
Oh, and by the way, happy National High Five Day.
Oh, it is happy National High Five Day. So everybody, get out there, start high fiving people, have some fun. And if they look at you weird, say it's National High Five Day. Give me one.
Wow.
And don't leave them hanging.
No,
let's go.
Get it up.
I love it. But when I mentioned this company, the reason why I like it is something that I've been doing my whole career. It's outselling people, right? And that's that's something that I take a lot of pride in right now. But I love the name of the company. I love what you guys are all about. Welcome to the show, Aaron. Let's brew.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So what do you think about this event so far?
Oh, I love it. Every year Kain puts on a great event. I
Man.
love the time you get to spend with other vendors, as
Yeah.
well as the dealers, and then you can learn something.
How many total Kain events have you been to?
I think this is my 4th or my 5th.
Wow.
Okay.
Dude, brother.
You get a badge, you get a stripe
I
for
should,
that. Heck
yeah,
yeah, you get a bottle, something for that,
Yeah,
right?
he's a sergeant. He's a sergeant.
I know
by
you
now.
got a t-shirt for that. You at least got a good closet filled of good Kain t-shirts. Heck yeah. And there's a couple new ones that are out here for this event. Excited about that. Did you do the run this morning?
I did not do the run. No, I stayed out late with a few of the dealers.
I hear you. Well, we didn't do the run either. We hung out with the wives. But what did you think about that castle?
Oh, that was beautiful. It was really cool. I mean, I can't imagine somebody actually lived there. Right?
Yeah.
Well, they tried. They tried.
At least tried.
Yeah, the idea behind it was to live there, and they never did. So, but it's all right. It's it's a beautiful place for the state. It's a beautiful place for people like us when we come into town and they can host an event there. I think it's great that we can go to a castle that's in the United States. I think that's neat. I'm from Kentucky. We live about an hour and a half away from here, so I drive by that all the time. That was my first time ever in that castle.
Never been in.
So pretty cool. I've been to Keeneland plenty. I've been to Churchill Downs, but that castle is something I've driven by and always wondered. So it was really cool for us to be able to go experience that. My wife, her too, she loved the idea. I think that was his wife's first time too. So it was cool for us. It was special for us to go to that castle because we see it all the time. So yeah, really cool, really good night, great music, great food. This event is, it's so much. it's that entertainment. It is that fun. It's the networking that we get to do at those events. And what a great place. The music was loud, but it wasn't so loud where you couldn't communicate. The food and the drinks were not too much. It was just enough for us to feel there and be able to have a conversation and learn more about other people's businesses, their whatever it is. We got to network. We got to collaborate a little bit more. That's special. But what he does during the day here is phenomenal. I love the way he keeps people on time, the way that he makes sure that everybody gets all the stuff that they're supposed to experience, you know, and all the education that they need. But I also love the types of businesses that he brings in and how he has them collaborate, because it's a huge collaboration inside here. I see how all the vendors are just having a good time, talking to each other, learning about each other.
Yeah.
What's something that you love to take away, or something that you're going to take away from this event that you're going to go back and implement your business?
Yeah, I think actually having some conversations with some of the other providers, I think you hit it on the head. I mean, we have a few of them. I'm looking at one right over there.
Yeah.
That we work with, and it's really taking data, bidirectional data, where I have information that helps my dealer group or my dealer, and so do they. And if we can share data and we can improve each other, in a sense, we're really helping the dealer even more. So
and that's what really truly matters.
And now there's other providers that are willing to do that. I mean, I was talking to a few out in the hall, and it used to be a little harder. People were very siloed. Now people want to work together on behalf of their client and their dealer. So
that's something that Kain is a master at curating an event that does put it kind of like makes the germination start to happen. You know what I mean? Where we start to cross pollinate and find different solutions. And that's what makes this a very, very valuable event. So speaking of solutions, though, and the things that are brewing with everybody, tell everybody out there, we know that inside of there, it's definitely a pitch-free zone, right?
Yeah,
no
totally
pitch fest action, no pitch slapping, right? None of that. But over here, this is Pitch Central. So you can talk all about your brand. Tell everybody out there that's watching, what is it that Outsell is about?
Really what we're doing is we're making sense of first-party data for dealers, dealer groups, and OEMs. And I mean, that's a pretty broad statement, right? Making sense of first-party data. But if you could consolidate all your data at a dealer group level, similar to what like an OEM would do, from like business rules and house rules for who owns the customer. But if you could do that at a dealer group level, you could actually create audiences, target people, whether it's email, text, direct mail, and do it in a really smart, intelligent way, because you have technology now that's going to know that that customer already brought that vehicle in maybe to a sister store, or a husband or a wife brought in their significant other's car to the dealership as well. And now all of a sudden you're not having this infighting within a dealer group. You don't have overspending, and you create some efficiencies because there's actually some intelligence behind it. And you don't look bad, right? So
in the process,
9 years ago, it was one of those things where if a dealer was doing a good job of segmenting the data, that was cutting edge to a certain degree, because a lot of them really weren't doing that. And then you started to look at like AI, and then you had the ability to maybe not just segment, but also implement some business rules and some timing rules behind it as well. And now you can take it a step further, and you have other data partners that are enhancing profiles and making it even more intelligent.
It is. It's so crazy, but it's as this information is becoming more normal. Like I hate to say that, but it is. Before, it was like, for especially in automotive, it was just like so foreign to everybody. Like, oh, I don't know if we want to do this. And to your point, a moment ago when we talked about collaborating and how everyone's being more open to it, outside of automotive, most other industries are very open to collaboration. Most companies do collaborate to make a product that's best for the customer, and I love that the automotive is starting to take heed and starting to do that themselves. But I love what you're talking about with your integrations and what you guys are trying to do for your customers and for your clients, and making sure that all that stuff lines up to work. And it does. It takes a family of people. It doesn't just take you. A lot of times we have a good solution, but we need to have an adjustment. Every deal is different. I'm sure you've seen that already. Every dealer is different. Every vendor is different. How do we help each other, and how do we do it together? And how do we take your product, implement it here, and take your product, but we can make it one to where it makes it best for that person. And I love that you guys are doing that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I love where you started. I mean, you started with customer, right? I mean, that's ultimately what we're trying to do, is create a better customer experience. And the data allows us to do that. It's not somebody in the back room saying, hey, I think this is what I should send them, or here's what they likely want to buy. It's really driven by that individual consumer, that profile, and that experience gets better.
I love that.
And then everybody feels taken care of. The dealer feels taken care of, right? Because they're serving They're serving information to people who actually want it. So that experience is way better, right? I mean, consider in this industry, we deal with a lot of rejection. But when you can take a lot of things, all of the elements, right, and put them inside of, all of the information, that information goes in, and then kaboom, abracadabra, you have a customer that's happy, that's satisfied, and everybody feels like they were part of putting that puzzle together without feeling drained or laborious, right? And just by using the information that's right there, we've so often not used the information that was available for us, and it's kept us frustrated in the industry. It's kept us not even knowing what gave us our good results. You know what I mean? And then keeping the conversation going with the customer afterwards is where we would fail the most in being able to keep communication happening with our customers. But now, when you have all of this data, including the purchase history inside of the store, including the actual interactions, now you can keep a conversation going and keep your people, because retention is a big thing too.
Yeah.
Right. How is it that outsell would actually help a dealer inside of the retention side?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, we've done some incremental studies on that as well. And the big difference in it is really the fact that we're able to get in front of more people, particularly if you're looking at different channels, the text, the direct mail, the email, and so forth. Man. A lot of times you'll have programs that will just be in one area, and they won't use technology to understand what channel to actually reach that person on, outside of the fact that I maybe only have a direct mail address, right? That might be the only way I can reach them. But if I'm going to be sending something out to everybody, it's going to be for a reason. There's going to be data behind it. And our ability to make sure that the content is really specific to each individual consumer.
Right.
And it does that in an automated way. And that's one of the challenges I think you brought up as well, is like, you have all this data, you have this, you want to do this, but how are you going to do that for everyone in your database when you have 10, 20,000 different individuals in there? And then you're trying
to put more in, right? You keep trying to fill it up with more.
And let's look at a dealer groups even more. It's crazy. The amount of, if you wanted to make sure everything was personalized, it would be really, really difficult to do unless you employed some type of technology to do it. Employed some type of AI, and you also had a lot of content. And so that's really what we're doing, is creating a better customer experience, because that customer is really dictating that content, dictating the channel that we're reaching them on. And the dealer really doesn't have to do anything.
I love that. I love that, because I feel the collaboration in this building. This has been the talk of this, using this technology, being for the customer, using this technology so that they have a better experience, a personalized experience at a speed rate that doesn't take a lot of time. Like you said, going through, if we did it 20 years ago and we were trying to do the same thing, it would be everything would have to be
handwritten,
each thing,
licking envelope,
or even if you're typing, it doesn't matter. It's boom, boom. It's going to take time. Or if we try to use the technology of that day, it would have just been general, right? Very general, blanketed. Let me just send this out there, and we'll just hope that it works, right? But at the end of the day, being able to do what we have today, it's what's available. So when we have the technology out there, from the AI, the chat GPT, to the CDP, to this, I could keep going and going with all these acronyms, right? But when we have it, use it, apply it, and reach out to companies like Outsell. Reach out to them and just say, hey, how are you doing this? Explain this to me a little bit more. Get educated. Come to conferences like the Kain workshop and really learn and sit down. This one right here, I'm going to tell you, there were so many people talking about a very similar language as he's speaking, integrated in so many different things, from fixed stops to front of the house to the back of the I could keep going on and on and on, from vendor to vendor, business to business, blah, blah, blah. It's phenomenal. And this language is huge. You would leave here so much more educated than you were before you left here. You could reach out to somebody like him, and I can tell you right now, if you reach out to his company Outsell, they'll educate you and they'll show you the way. And if you decide to do business with them, great. If not, they're going to point you in the direction that you need to go, because it's all about the collaborating and helping people. And to me, I think that's great. And I'm glad that you're here talking about that kind of stuff, brother. It's big.
Heck yeah. So, Aaron, how would people get a hold of you? What would be the best way for you to get the communication started with a customer? Yeah,
absolutely. You can go to our website, Outsell, or you can email me. It's right there, aaron.jerdee@outsell.com as well. Happy to run you through the product, run through the group solution, talk data. And like you said, if it's not a good fit, make sure that
right.
There's plenty of others around here that we can point you to. So.
This is something I say quite a bit, but it's truth. The phone call doesn't cost you anything, but if you don't make the phone call, it could cost you everything. So remember that. So just make the phone call. It's a few minutes to learn something. Reach out to them, go to their website, set up a demo, really sit down and hear what they have to say about what's going on in the current market and what's looking like in the future. Because what they're doing is futuristic, in my opinion, my friends, but it is the now. Just us in automotive industry, we think that's just space, George Jetson. It's not. It's real. It's happening. Get on it, my friends. Save yourself some time. Really make yourself some money. That's the thing. It's going to really help you be able to satisfy your customers a lot better, and it's going to make them feel like that you actually care instead of just throwing some crap at them.
Well, if you definitely want to outsell your competition, you better give them a call. Okay, car guys, car gals. I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And we want to let you know that our friend right here, the one, the only, Aaron Jerdee is 100% CGC approved.
That's
Congratulations.
Right.
Oh, I got to give you a high five. Got to give you a high
That's a
five.
high five.
Happy
That's
National
a
High Five Day
That's
again.
right. We got to keep that going all day. My friends, you guys see the website down there. Reach out to the website. Go in there. Get yourself a demo. Email him if you feel like you need to ask Aaron personally. I promise he'd be happy to speak with you.
I would.
Yep. So reach out. I'll tell you it'd be the best decision you make, folks. We are having a good time. But before we go, we always drop F-bombs in the house.
That's right.
It's the big F-bombs, right?
Focus
and fly. So get together. Let's put your hands on your shoulder. We're going to do it on a count of 3. So you're going to wipe off the weight of unforgiveness. Then you're going to focus. And then you're going to fly. Okay.
Ready?
All right.
So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Forgive. Focus. Fly and keep growing. Keep growing.
That's right, everybody.
All right, my friends.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, go back to carguycoffee.com, check out all the other brews that are brewing, and check out the channels as we've had some incredible solutionaries.
Woo!
You have added to a great array of beans that have been brewing throughout this entire event.
That's right.
And we are loving it. Live from lovely Lexington. Again, I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Fred Lenartz, subprime hero.
And you've been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. We will see you soon. Out.
Peace.